How to launch your coaching business in the next 90 days. Are you committed to finally getting your coaching business off the ground? Do you want to launch your coaching business quickly, but you're not sure where to start? If you want to stop stalling and start coaching, you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to launch your coaching business in the next 90 days. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, my name is CourtneyLSanders. I'm a full-time online life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. And I'm tired of people telling me that they are getting ready to start their business. If I had $1 for every time somebody said, oh, I'm gonna do it next month, next quarter, next year, and then I check in with them and they still haven't started their business, I would be an extraordinarily rich woman, like filthy rich, okay? So I know how easy it is to stall. I know how easy it is to get in your head, to say, I would do it, but I need a website. You don't need a website, by the way. I have a whole nother video up here all about how to start attracting coaching clients without a website. I know people say, oh, I need to properly introduce my business on social media. It don't take all that. You don't need that, right? I have another video right here about how to introduce your business on social media. So I'm just on a kick right now where I'm trying to eliminate all excuses. And I think the ultimate way to eliminate all excuses is to give you a roadmap. I'm gonna give you a full plan in this video on how you can get your coaching business off the ground in 90 days, okay? So after you watch this video, you're gonna have your plan. I don't wanna hear it, all right? No more, I'm getting ready to. I'm always getting ready to get ready. No. You're actually gonna launch your coaching business and you're going to be a huge success. So if you want that roadmap and you're committed, okay, because I'm not gonna get into this until you commit, right? Go ahead and type I commit in the comments right now. If you're committed to launching this, when I give you this plan, you're actually gonna do it. Type I commit in the comments and then we'll get into it. Let's go. All right, the first thing you need to do in order to launch your coaching business in 90 days is you absolutely need to nail your niche. Now, if you work with me in my free 5-day Nail Your Niche challenge, this should only take 1 week, less than a week, right? It's literally 5 days. So for some people, it takes longer. I've talked to people who didn't go through my challenge and they're always like, oh, I don't know if I have my business idea right. I don't know what my niche is. And again, they think about it for weeks, for months on end, and they stall. And so that's why I created this free Nail Your Niche challenge. I don't know how long it's gonna be free, so if it's free by the time that you're watching this video, make sure you sign up. And it's a live training for 5 days. Every day, we do it like a building block where one part of your niche builds on top of each other. I show you how to nail your niche so that at the end of 5 days, you'll know exactly what your niche is. You'll even have a niche statement that you can throw on your Instagram bio or your Facebook page or your LinkedIn or what have you. So if you wanna do it yourself, if you wanna figure out your niche on your own, that's totally fine. But if you wanna launch in 90 days, I would say spend no more than a week doing that. And if you want my help and support, again, it's a free 5-day challenge, but it's not gonna be free forever. And we limit the spots, even though it's free, because we do have an option where you can upgrade and get direct feedback and coaching from me after the live sessions every day. And so I want to make sure everybody has a great experience. And so we limit the number of spots. So if you click the link below and you see that it's still open, that it's not on the waiting page, but that you can actually sign up and that we still have some spots available, it'll say it on the page, how many spots are left. When that hits 0, we switch the page over to a wait list. But if it's open, sign up immediately, because you need about 1 week to nail your niche. And in that Nail Your Niche challenge, I teach you how to do it. All right, after you've nailed your niche, you really need to build your brand. And so I would give you about 4 weeks to build your brand. And so in terms of building your brand, I both mean your internal brand and your external brand. By external brand, I mean your visuals. So do you have your logo together? Do you have your branding, your graphics, your colors, all of those things? I'm a big stickler about that. I talk about that in several videos, and how I don't want you to get so stuck on your branding that you don't take action, or that you get paralyzed because you think it has to be perfect. But I also don't like this trend that we're starting to see in online business where people are, so focused on getting you just like, out there getting something done, that they're telling you it's okay to just slap something together. Our business is still a representation of us. And so it's important that your brand reflects you to the best of your ability. So while it doesn't have to be perfect, it's totally fine if you want to use free tools like Canva or what have you in order to design a brand. It should be presentable. And so you'll want to create that brand. And I think giving people about 4 weeks is reasonable, especially if you're going to be designing your brand brand yourself. And in fact, in my brand new coaching program, The Next Big Name, we actually give pre-designed templates to our clients, and then we teach them how to pick their colors, come up with a logo, etc. So all they need to do is drop in their own logo and their own colors, and the templates, the branding, everything is done beautifully. So if you're interested in learning more about that program, links are somewhere in the description. But some kind of way, whether you pay a graphic designer or you work with a coaching program that's gonna provide the templates for you, or you create the brand yourself, you absolutely need to build your visual brand. That should take about 4 weeks. And so that's your external brand. And then you also need to build your internal brand in terms of what content are you gonna be creating? What does your brand stand for? What mission are you on, right? So your brand is both how it looks, but it's also how you show up. So choose your social media platforms in this 4-week timeline. Make sure that you're coming up with content ideas. Make sure that you are really refining your style. You know, I have a certain style in the way that I show up on all of my YouTube videos. I have a style in the way that I show up on my podcast. Whatever platform you choose to be on, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, make sure you have a style decided, because that's a part of your brand too. So both your external brand and your internal brand, if you really commit, you can get this knocked out in about 4 weeks. All right, so by now we're 5 weeks in, and the next thing that you need to work on is preparing to profit. And this should take about 2 weeks. And so preparing to profit is building all of those systems that you need on the back end. So I've talked about this in previous videos, but I say you don't wanna focus all your attention on social media and not having back end systems set up in order to capture people's names, email address, get them on your email list, because if you do that, it's kind of like pouring water in a bucket with holes. It's just gonna filter completely through. So you don't own social media. Social media could go down tomorrow. Social media is also very noisy. Other people who might be in the same space or industry as you are also on social media. So it's important that you have systems in place for people who are really interested in your work to come off social media and into your world, so that you can continue to nurture the relationship and build trust and authority with them. And so this is what preparing to profit is all about. It's about setting up those landing pages, creating your freebies, writing your email automations. Email automations do the heavy lifting for you. So if someone enters in their name and email address to get something free that you have to offer, you don't want to have to manually send an email to every new person who joins on your list. So you want to create emails ahead of time and set them up on automation using tools like ConvertKit, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, et cetera, so all of that is done for you. So you're noticing we're preparing to profit, right? Before we jump into the next phase, it's really important that you have all of this stuff set up, so that when you are ready to show up on social media and you are ready to start sharing your content with the world, you can sit back and rest easy, trusting that everyone who comes to your social media account and ultimately signs up for something and gives you their name and email address, they're gonna be well taken care of on the back end, because all of your systems are set up. And so I think we can get this done in a good 2 weeks, all right? So 1 week to nail your niche, especially if you do the Nail Your Niche challenge with me, 4 weeks to build your brand, and even quicker if you join my Next Big Name coaching program, and then 2 weeks to prepare to profit. And actually all the things that I'm talking about in here we do in my coaching program. So if you definitely want some coaching guidance, click the link below in order to apply. We have a few spots available as of the time of this recording. But again, preparing to profit, you can set up these systems on your own. I think for the average person, it's gonna take about 2 weeks. So now we're 7 weeks in, okay? So 7 weeks, you should have 3 things done: nailed your niche, build your brand, and prepare to profit. And then we're ready to move on to the next phase. All right, I have more tips where that came from, but first I wanna hear from you. How fast are you gonna launch your coaching business? Share in the comments below. All right, the next thing we need to focus on now that we've got these other things handled is we need to pull in our prospects. And by pull in our prospects, I mean now we need to start showing up on social media consistently. So in the build your brand phase, again, that internal and external brand, not only should you have come up with your graphics and all of that stuff, but you should have at least decided what you want your content to be, what you want to be known for, how you're going to show up online. Well, in this phase, pulling in your prospects, this is where you're actually going to do it. So now's the time to show up on your preferred social media platforms, even if it's just one platform to start. Maybe you decide YouTube, I'm gonna go really heavy, or maybe you decide Instagram is where it's really at, or wherever. I had a client who dove into TikTok and immediately started getting paying clients, and I was shocked because I didn't even know her target market was on TikTok, but again, you'd be surprised. So pick your platform of choice, even if it's just one platform, and commit to hitting it hard for at least 4 weeks. Again, that's 1 month. If you can commit to producing 1 month of consistent content, you would be amazed at how people start DMing you, leaving comments, liking your stuff, and just following up with you. And all of that is great opportunities for you to connect back with them and hopefully maybe even book them as a client. You never know. But I find that so many people are frustrated that they've launched this coaching business, meaning maybe they have come up with a name and decided what they want to sell, and maybe even they built a brand around it, and then they complain and they say, I'm not getting any clients, nobody's buying my stuff. But when you look at the actual marketing activity that they're doing, they're showing up on social media once a month, twice a month, once a week if we're lucky. No. We want to hit social media daily if possible for 4 weeks, or at least Monday through Friday. And there's lots of different ways that you can do that without overworking yourself. I have an entire strategy of how I batch create content and repurpose content that, again, I share in that Next Big Name program with the clients who are part of that program. But however it is that you want to get it done, make sure that you are hitting this month hard, okay? Because all this content is going to help you pull in your prospects, and you really need to focus on that. So give yourself a solid 4 weeks, that's a month. And so by the time you are done with this, then what's that? That'll be 11 weeks in. So we're almost at the finish line. We're 11 weeks, 12 weeks is 90 days, we're almost in. And so that leads us to the last thing that we need to be working on, which is sealing the sale. So if you did what I said, all the other parts of this process, right? If you nailed your niche, you built your brand, you prepared to profit, and then you pulled in your prospects, by now you should be having consultations with people. People should be interested in what you have to offer. They should be reaching out to you. They should want to know more about your coaching programs. And so I give you this last week to really focus on sealing the sale. So if you're not familiar with sales, you really want to take this time to study sales scripts. I have a sales script that we provide in my Next Big Name program, but study sales scripts, study sales, get really familiar and ultimately really comfortable with asking for the sale over the phone. I always tell people that you should be focused on making sales over the phone before you try to do anything fancy like a webinar or selling at an event, because if you can believe it, it's actually a lot easier to sell over the phone than it is, in all these other newfangled fancy internet marketing ways that you see people doing. So just focus on creating a connection with those clients. I actually have a video here or here somewhere that talks about my sales call script and my discovery call script, and specifically what to say on your discovery calls. Hint, these are not coaching calls. Do not give out free coaching or you will lose the client every single time. So go ahead and check out that video or join the Next Big Name program to learn exactly what to say and what to do. But really, over the course of 1 week, if you just talk to everybody that you pulled in during the pull in your prospect phase, you should have landed at least one client. So this is your 90-day roadmap in order to land at least one client and launch your coaching business. I believe in you. You can do it. So I hope you like this roadmap. Truly, this is what you can do to launch your business in 90 days. And I picked 90 days because I find that the majority of the clients work with me are able to at least get their first client, if not 3 clients. Typically on average, my clients start to average about 10K a month by the 90-day mark. This is the process that they follow. And so if you want to work with me directly and you're interested in joining the Next Big Name program, you can click the link below to get a sneak peek of what the program actually looks like, what the modules are like, some of the content that we cover. I believe that it's one of the best programs on the market. It's really amazing. We have some spots opening up, so you can click the link to apply below. All right, I hope you liked this video. I cannot wait to see all the brands you launch in 90 days. Make sure, in fact, that you are following me on Instagram and tag me when you launch your brand, because I want to know that you actually took this information to heart. My Instagram is CourtneyLSanders. I also share behind the scenes there. And if you want even more information, make sure that you are subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.